The story of the British Empire is often told as a tale of glory, expansion, and global power. At its height, it controlled nearly a quarter of the world's land and population. The phrase, "the empire on which the sun never sets," symbolized its unmatched dominance. But beneath the shining image of progress and civilization lay dark secrets, hidden truths of exploitation, suffering, and ruthless ambition. Today, we uncover the hidden history that shaped millions of lives across continents. One of the most disturbing chapters of the empire was its involvement in the transatlantic slave trade. From the 16th to the 19th century, British ships transported millions of African men, women, and children across the Atlantic under brutal conditions. Families were torn apart, cultures destroyed, and human beings treated as property. The wealth generated from slavery fueled Britain's industrial growth, building cities and industries while leaving deep scars in Africa and the Caribbean. This was not a mission of civilization, it was a system of economic exploitation driven by profit. Another dark chapter unfolded in India, once called the "jewel in the crown" of the empire. Under the rule of the British East India Company, economic policies drained India's wealth and weakened local industries. Heavy taxation and forced cash crop farming left millions vulnerable. The most tragic example was the Bengal Famine of 1943, where millions died while food was exported to support wartime efforts. Critics argue that policies under leaders like Winston Churchill worsened the crisis. While the empire claimed to bring railways and law, many Indians experienced oppression, cultural humiliation, and political suppression. In Africa, the empire's expansion led to violent suppression of resistance. In Kenya, during the 1950s, the British fought the MAU MAU Uprising, a rebellion against colonial rule. Thousands of Kenyans were detained in camps where reports of torture and abuse later emerged. The British government long denied wrongdoing before eventually acknowledging abuses decades later. The narrative of order and stability masked a reality of brutal repression and fear. Ireland also suffered under imperial policies. The Great Irish Famine of the 1840s devastated the population, leading to mass starvation and emigration. While crops failed, food exports continued. Many historians argue that British political decisions worsened the tragedy. The famine reshaped Ireland forever, fueling resentment and a long struggle for independence. For many, it symbolized imperial neglect and indifference. The empire's reach extended into Asia, where the Opium Wars against China revealed another controversial pursuit of profit. When Chinese authorities tried to stop the illegal opium trade, Britain responded with military force. The result was the Treaty of Nanking, forcing China to open ports and cede Hong Kong. This marked the beginning of what China calls the "century of humiliation." The war was not about freedom. It was about protecting the empire's trade interests at any cost. Even in the Caribbean, after slavery was abolished, formerly enslaved people faced economic hardship while plantation owners were compensated by the government. The system preserved inequality and racial hierarchy. The profits of empire enriched Britain, while colonies struggled with poverty and instability long after independence. These structural inequalities remain part of the empire's lasting legacy. Yet, history is complex. Some argue the empire introduced infrastructure, legal systems, and global trade networks. Railways in India, administrative systems in Africa, and the spread of the English language shaped modern nations. However, these developments often served imperial control rather than local empowerment. The benefits came intertwined with cultural erasure, loss of sovereignty, and economic dependency. Today, debates continue across the United Kingdom and former colonies. Statues have been questioned, museums re-examined, and historical narratives challenged. Was the empire a force for progress or a machine of exploitation? The answer lies in understanding both achievements and atrocities. A balanced view requires acknowledging the suffering alongside the advancements. The dark secrets of the British Empire remind us that power without accountability can lead to injustice. Empires rise and fall, but their consequences endure. From Africa to Asia, from Ireland to the Caribbean, millions lived under policies decided in distant London offices. Their voices, once silenced, now form part of a broader historical reckoning. In the end, the story of the British Empire is not just about territory or dominance. It is about people, those who ruled and those who resisted, those who profited and those who paid the price. By confronting this complex past, we gain a deeper understanding of our present world. History is not meant to glorify blindly, but to reveal truth. And sometimes, that truth is uncomfortable.